This video presentation is on computerized provider order entry and the use of indicators on the status board. Indicators are used on the status board to alert nursing staff of any new orders or changes in current orders, physician consults, acknowledgement of orders, and the transfer and discharge routines for their patients. The Acknowledge indicator will show notification of new orders that have been entered through the order management routine. Notifications on the indicator will be STAT, ACK/med, ACK, and new. The order indicator will show non-medications orders entered by the provider or by the nursing staff. Click on the indicator box ACK to view all orders. This will include all statuses of all orders on this indicator. User will see all orders for this patient. Click on the New tab on the menu to the right. All new orders will appear to the user. These new orders include the statuses of completed, discontinued, canceled, and active. Tab down to view all orders. Click on any order and the user can view the details of the order. Nursing miscellaneous orders and any intervention text entered for the order can be viewed here. Acknowledgement of orders provides confirmation that nurses are aware of the orders and associated activity. RNs are responsible for acknowledging all patient orders. Acknowledgement of orders should be completed in a timely manner. The Acknowledgement tab will be highlighted on the menu on the right of the screen if there are any orders to be acknowledged. Orders can be selected one at a time to be acknowledged, or select the bolded check mark, and this will enter a check mark in all orders that need to be acknowledged. Medications can be acknowledged from this screen or from the MAR. Click the Acknowledge Footer tab after making the selections. The status will change to Acknowledged. Click the Save tab when completed. Select on the tab Exit to Status Board from the menu on the right to return to the status board. The ACK indicator is now clear and the Orders indicator has been cleared of any new orders. Orders will not clear from the Orders indicator if the order has not been acknowledged. Orders should be cleared at the beginning of the nurse's shift, so any new orders will appear on their status board for their shift. All active orders are found on the Current Orders page. Nursing care orders are always at the top of the screen. All nursing care orders will appear on the bottom of the Plan of Care page below the last care plan problem. These care orders are called orderable interventions. User can see the type of intervention type on the column to the left. There is no documentation attached to these orderable interventions. All documentation for these specific orders are done on the appropriate intervention associated with the care plan problem. Nursing can complete the orderable intervention when the order has been completed. The order is to discontinue a urinary catheter. Nursing discontinues the urinary catheter. The orderable intervention should be completed after documenting the removal of the catheter. Documentation is done on the intervention under the care plan problem. Click on the active. The pop-up box appears with the following options. Select the option Completed. A pop-up box will appear with the ordering provider. This can be edited to another provider by selecting the downward arrow and enter another provider. Click the OK tab when completed. Requesting source can be edited to another source. Select the source completed electronic order for completing an orderable intervention. The type of orders for selecting this source are orders that the provider did not discontinue or the order has been completed. Here is an example of two active activity orders on this patient. Up with Assist was the previous order. The new order for bed rest has been ordered. The previous activity order does not discontinue automatically when a new activity order is entered. Nursing should discontinue the previous activity order of Up with Assist if the physician did not. The I associated with the order has intervention text associated with the order. Click on the I to view the text. Intervention text has been entered on the text box. The text has specific instructions entered by the provider for the nursing staff to provide for this patient. A green check mark on the consult indicator indicates a consult has been ordered on the patient. This will alert the nursing staff of a consult. The green check mark will stay on the indicator until discharge or if the consult is canceled. Information entered on the consult order can be viewed from the current orders page. Collecting specimens can be accomplished by 3 different routines in Meditech. The user will collect the specimens after the specimen has been obtained from the patient. The first way is from the ACK indicator on the status board. Click on the indicator. From the menu on the right of the screen, Collect Specimen will be highlighted if there are specimens to be collected. Click on the Collect Specimen tab. All specimens that are uncollected will appear on the screen. Click on the plus sign for the specimen you are collecting. The user will select the checkbox by the specimen they are collecting. The user will be selecting the uncollected order. User will click on the uncollected specimen. The collection date and collection time boxes will appear. User will select date and time of the specimen collection. Selecting the date and time will change the specimen collection to has been collected. Fill out any other queries associated with the order. The specimen has been edited. Specimen changes to has been collected. Source has been edited to clean catch. Click the Save tab when completed. The label will print out in the lab department, and the user will label the specimen correctly and send the specimen on to the lab. On the current orders page, the urinalysis order has been collected and the status is received. The second way to collect a specimen is from the current orders page by selecting the Edit Multiple tab. Click on the Edit Multiple tab. All current orders will be viewed on this screen. The Footer tab, Collect Specimen, will be highlighted if there are any specimens to be collected. Click on the Collect Specimen Footer tab. All specimens that are to be collected will appear. Click on the box beside the specimen that is to be collected. User selects stool for occult blood. The collection date and time boxes appear. User enters date and time. The specimen is now at a collected status. Collection date and time have been selected. Specimen source changes to has been selected. Click the OK tab when completed. From this routine, the user will select the Submit tab when completed. Positive ID is required from this routine. The lab label will print out in lab after filing is completed. The third way to collect a specimen is from the Plan of Care screen. All specimens to be collected will appear at the bottom of the Plan of Care. These collections all start with specimen collection and the type of specimen will be listed. User selects which specimen is to be collected by clicking on the specimen. Select the Document Footer tab. This screen will appear. Any queries will need documented if attached to the order. On some specimens, source unknown will be needed to be documented before filing the specimen. Select the Save tab when completed. The label will print out to the lab after the Save tab has been selected. The discharge indicator will have a red flag icon when a discharge order has been ordered by the provider. The discharge order is entered by the provider through the Physician Care Manager routine. The provider will enter orders, prescriptions, instructions, forms, evidence-based discharge instructions, and other patient needs upon discharge from our facility. The discharge order will appear on the current orders page. The provider who gave the discharge order, along with the date and time the order was entered, can be viewed on this screen. The instructions entered by the provider will populate the screen on the Discharge tab for nursing to view. The Header tab is Discharge Plans. Nursing can print the discharge packet by selecting the Print Packet Footer tab. The provider is able to print the discharge packet also. The user selects the print packet and the screen will pop up to select the printer for the packet to print out on. Click the OK Footer tab to print. Print by type can be selected to print only certain types of the discharge forms. The selection of instructions will print out discharge instructions from our evidence-based company, EBSCO. There is a vast amount of information that can be found here, including discharge instructions, articles about diet, activity, and specific diagnoses. The selection of standalone forms will print out the patient portal that each discharge patient should receive. The selection of visit report will print out the form titled Patient Visit Information. This is an overview of discharge instructions from EBSCO, any additional instructions entered by the provider, and any follow-up visits with other providers. The selection of home medication report will print out the comprehensive discharge medication list. The home meds and inpatient meds have been reconciled by the provider for the patient being discharged. New meds or edited home meds will appear at the top. Continued taking home meds is next. Discontinued home meds are at the bottom of the page. The selection of prescriptions will print out any prescriptions that have been ordered on this patient. Providers have to sign prescriptions after printing out prescriptions. Nursing cannot reprint prescriptions. The selection of monographs will print a monograph with any new prescriptions the patient has been prescribed by the provider. A monograph is a publication specific for a drug, the kinds and amounts of ingredients it may contain, the conditions and limitations for which it may be offered, directions for use, warnings, and other information that its labeling must contain. The selection of discharge patient reports will print any physician instructions entered by the providers. The form is named Physician Instructions. This form must be signed by the provider if the patient is going to a long-term care facility. The selection of discharge patient reports will also print out the visit summary page. This is a brief summary of the patient's hospital admissions day. The selection of signature page will print out the patient instruction signature page. The patient or family will sign this form stating they have been given discharge instructions. The nurse will sign this also and return it to the chart. This concludes the video on CPOE and the use of indicators on the status board.